Alright, match 2. I'm on the draw again. This hand's pretty good. I got lands, Thought Seas, removal. I can't cast that Night Veil, but it'll come out eventually. Mutavault's actually pretty good. This is not an ideal hand, but I think this is a keep all day long. Especially if I didn't know what he was playing. Which, when you sit down, is often going to be the case. I never really lead Mutavault if I have anything to do, especially not with the Night Veil Spectre. I drew the Swamp, so now that Night Veil looks good. See, he kept a pretty loose one by my standards. Gray Merchants, Demon, I got plenty of removal. I told him he needs to watch my videos. You can learn them all again. I think that's the one thing I do pretty well in this matchup. But at the same time, I mean, his hand's fine. If he draws some lands, it's going to be very powerful. His hand just doesn't have any of the really important cards or ways to interact with them, and that's really what I'm looking for in the early turns. So I could get aggro with Mutavault, but I'd rather just try to go for my Night Veil. Also, I'm not really looking to run Mutavault into possible removal and stuff. Devour here, that's a great Devour target because he only gets 1 life. Alright, what we got there? So he's sitting with a Downfall, Gray Merchant, and a Demon. So this is going to eat removal. A good draw there would have been, say, Demon or another Night Veil or something. I can't really hold my Night Veil Spectre back, hoping I drew like discard for his Downfall or something. I kind of just want to trade off however I can. And then win off the top. And I drew Underworld, so now I'm in obviously phenomenal shape. I know his hand is 3 creatures. I have 2 removal spells. This game looks very good for me. But as I'm learning, this mirror match is swingy. Gray Merchant is incredible. Gray Merchant is a plan in itself. If you just ramp out creatures and play Gray Merchants, you're going to drain them out and win. That's what happened in Game 3 last match. Even though I had Pack Rat going and everything was looking great, the synergy of his deck simply overpowered me with extremely large Gray Merchants. Alright, another World of his own. I have 2 lines here. It's Pack Rat Dude or Demon Draw, and I like Demon Draw a lot. We're all going to eat removal spells the same, so I'd rather get the most card advantage out of my play. Pack Rat could get discarded here, but then he's going to be taking some serious damage. And Demon is also very hard hitting. And it by itself is going to hit harder than that Pack Rat ever would. Okay. So clearly I need to kill that. Well, not clearly. I could Pack Rat, but I think killing that, we'll see. I think I'm just going to play Pack Rat and pass, quite honestly. That seems better. And then I can get rid of his Pack Rats later on, but I'll have more pressure in play. And it protects my Pack Rat. Because I have Mutavaults, my Pack Rats are just going to be better. Like, we have parity, but I have more mana, so I'm going to get ahead, and I have Mutavaults. So really, Pack Rat isn't even a good plan for him. If he goes for Pack Rat here, I'm going to beat him. So, I like this line a lot. I'll discard removal. I definitely want to keep that land so I can draw Pack Rat, or Pack Rat removal. And I know I keep winning game 1 with Demon and signing it out, but I promise you it's really not that good. It's obviously great in this game as a creature, but any creature would have been pretty good. Also, Demon gets considerably worse when players have Dark Betrayal in. And now that people usually have 3 or 4 Dark Betrayal, it's worse than ever. Okay, so he's setting up Grey Merchants, obviously. I'm just going to pluck a card. He might sack that rat, which is obviously fine by me. I could keep up removal to kill his Grey Merchant and prevent him from draining 2, but if I make a rat, he's going to take that same 2 damage, but then I'll have a lot more damage in play next turn, so I make the rat, and now it's over. On to the second game. Erebos in. Demons out. Downfall out. Betrayal's in. Duress is in. Cure's out. And we're good to go. Hopefully you guys and gals could hear me. I noticed my microphone was a little out of place for that first game. Hopefully I let the cards do the talking. Alright, this hand is pretty much perfect. No Mutavaults to get in the way of Night Veil Spectre. I got removal, I got double Underworld, I got discard. So, I mean, if he has discard for my Thoughtseize, I have Trail for Pack Rat, so this is a great hand. Pack Rat Insurance, Underworld Insurance, because I have 2 of my own. Great. He gets Thoughtseize, naturally. If he has his own Underworld, he can keep up with mine, and obviously he's not going to get an Underworld if I have another one. Because even if he had another discard spell to get both, my Thoughtseize would have just got rid of his discard. So if he had 3 discard, then obviously getting Underworld would have been good. But in that case, he's probably better off getting Thoughtseize and then double discarding. So, alright. Underworld, just going to play that there. You suddenly run my Pack Rat into Devour Flesh. I like doing that. If he doesn't have removal, I'm just going to win. And while I could wait for turn 5 or whatever, I don't think that this game is going to really play out that way. Second Underworld or Duress. I don't know what he could really have to Duress. Duress is really boarded in for the early turns. Duress gets worse as the game goes on. But in this matchup, in the late game, cards are kind of flowing, and that's an expense that you can pay because it's so good early on. He gets the Green Merchant, I'm sure, but Dark Betrayal also is pretty annoying for him. But my Grey Merchants are not gaining any life this game. He does get the Grey Merchant. I'll draw. I can't Pack Rat make a dude, so I'll draw. Can't play Erebos, so I will discard. Dark Betrayal, Devour Flesh. I'll strip him of his Dark Betrayals. So now he has Devour Flesh and a couple of random cards. My Underworld connections are hopefully going to propel me to victory. I'll play Erebos next turn. It's certainly a fine idea to forego a card draw to play the Erebos, but I drew it too late. If I would have just top decked it for the turn, I would have probably just played it. Because once Erebos hits play, it's pretty good. Although in this situation, if I would have tapped out to play Erebos, he could have devoured it if I didn't have Mutavault up. So it's not always right to just slam it into play, but don't want it to be thought seized. But having 3 in the deck now, there's plenty of copies to go around. But I do want to get it into play before he can start gaining life. Though this game, his Grey Merchants do not look very threatening. Really, I want to just get his life total down to keep his Erebos down. Okay. Okay, I can draw 1 card. If I play Erebos, I'm going to walk into his Devours. Okay. I think I'm going to just play Grey Merchant. Either remove a spell, deal him some damage while it's all I can. That way he can't. He'll take 4, go to 8. And then that leaves my Erebos in good position next turn. I could play Pack Rat, but I really don't want to discard any of these cards. Yeah, I'm going to play the Grey Merchant. A lot of decisions. I mean, I could have completely messed that up for all I know. Maybe I was supposed to play Pack Rat and discard and sack and Mutavault. But this makes good use of my mana. It progresses the game. It also makes my Mutavaults quite threatening. And that's good because I have Dark Betrayal, so I can be able to kill a blocker and get through. Again, I can be aggressive because his Grey Merchants do not look terribly good right now. Otherwise, I'd be getting Erebos into play, but I did not want to walk into the Devourer I knew he had. Pack rat, okay. Erebos into play. I'm just gonna dig for Grey Merchant and kill him. I could play Pack rat, but I'll just wait. I might do that next turn, and then I won't walk it into removal. He doesn't have Underworld or anything to make Pack rat really crazy. Slow and steady stream, and with Erebos on defense, and my life total being pretty high. Doesn't look like he should have. So he knows he can draw some cards because Grey Merchant's going to kill him completely. So he needs to just dig for some gas. Or really just make his pack rats big enough, but I think I have enough time that it's going to be hard for him to win. If I draw, most of my draws are good. If I draw lands, I can make rats. If I draw removal, I'm going to really slow him down. Every turn I get is 3 more cards. Certainly, knowing when to use Underworld and when not to is very important. A lot of times you have to decide between advancing your board or drawing a card. And drawing different possible cards can make for different plays, and you kind of have to weigh what you could draw and how it's going to make the game play out, or what's going to let you win, playing around what they have. There's a lot going on. But in general, you want to set up the board. He goes to 2 life. I gotta keep in mind he does have Erebos, so that's gonna become active as a creature pretty soon. But he actually needs to block mine. I think he's pretty screwed. Alright. Draw a card. Rat. Rat. Draw another card. I really don't want to send Mutavaults at him. Alright, rat. No need to Thoughtseize. If he had something, he's just going to discard it. I don't want to lose life. And also, it makes a good discard to Pack rat. So I could have attacked him with both Mutavaults. He would have had to put both of his rats in front of him and lose his rats. But then I wouldn't have been able to make that aggressive play with my rat. Or, I mean, play my rat and then start discarding and get him that way. Because my rats also are going to be lethal, so... This way it just makes him straight chump block, lets me keep my lands up and utilize these extra cards that I've been getting with Underworld Connections. I really don't need to get rid of his rats because my rats are going to be better. Though, maybe if I would have got rid of his rats, his Erebos would have been considerably worse. That might have been a mistake. Maybe I was better off attacking with Mutavaults, keeping my rat back. I gotta keep playing some more matches. It's not the easiest. Rat. Rat. He attacks me. I'm alright with that. Rat. 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 So I could have attacked him with everything, including the Mutavaults. Then I devour him, he sacks his Erebos. Doesn't gain life. But then I get eaten. Yep. I should have attacked him with the Mutavaults that turn. Traded him off for his rats, and then nullified his Erebos and possible Grey Merchant top decks. I let him back in this game for no reason. I am not impressed with my play, but the whole point is to just figure it out. If it's after the fact, so be it. This is to learn, to teach, and generally show what the mirror is all about and the complicated decisions that occur. Okay, I'll draw a card here, and I'll make a rat. Three, four, five, six, seven, eight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, I'm gonna go for the throat. Devour flesh him. Oop, I didn't attack with the rat, but it doesn't matter. Alright, that's the match. Learned a lot. If you guys want to discuss any plays in the forums, please do.